San Antonio's migrant child facility is now under investigation after allegations of abuse.
How can a popular Mexican food chain help you get a free college education? We'll explain.
Reporting live from the construction site of Denton PD substation, I'll have the latest.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Michaela Goose.
And I'm David Moreno. A shooting in Bryan, Texas today led to at least one dead, along with 4 in critical condition. A state trooper was also shot in Grimes County during the pursuit. The trooper is currently injured but remains in stable condition. The suspected shooter is now in custody. The shooting took place at a local small business called Kentmore Cabinets. An intermediate school close to the shooting was on lockdown, but all students have since been sent home. We will have more information on this story as it becomes more available.
Now we turn our focus onto weather. While warm weather has shown signs that spring has sprung, our weather anchor Jordan Miller says we could expect otherwise. Isn't that right, Jordan?
Thanks, Michaela. Spring is severe weather season for Texas, and April showers are certainly here this week. Now, it may seem nice today, but heading into Friday evening, there is potential for severe thunderstorms, damaging winds, and even baseball-sized hail. April is also peak tornado season for Texas, but don't worry, the threat for tornadoes on Friday is still low. Forecasters are also predicting above-average potential for hurricanes this season, meaning more named storms and more major hurricanes. For more on severe weather this weekend, stick around for my full weather report. For now, back to you, Michaela.
Thanks, Jordan. We'll check back in a few minutes. An investigation is underway tonight at the San Antonio Migrant Teen Center. The issues of charges of alleged child sex abuse. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says state agencies have received reports of sexual assault at the facility. He also claims the teens are not eating and there are problems with COVID-19. However, he has provided no evidence that any of these claims are credible. Abbott ordered an investigation into the allegations and says if they are confirmed, the children need to be moved.
The investigation should and can begin tonight. We may have answers as soon as tomorrow.
Federal officials will not respond directly to these allegations, saying it is not policy to discuss individual cases as a matter of privacy.
Now, a different kind of effort to help people is underway in Dallas. The city has teamed up with the VNA, the Visiting Nurse Association of Texas, to provide COVID-19 vaccines to housebound residents. ntTV's Nathan Mayer can tell us all about the effort to kill the coronavirus vaccine. Nathan?
Thanks, David. Dallas has worked out a plan with the VNA to bring vaccines to the homes of city residents starting next Tuesday. Joining me now is Chris Kulak, the Vice President and Chief of Strategy and Development at the VNA. So Chris, what exactly is the partnership that you have with the city and what's the end goal?
Yeah, so the city's been giving vaccines at all these different various clinics around the city. This is that next stage, is to really reach out to those homebound seniors that just really can't have access and can't make it to those centers. So this is an opportunity for us to partner with them to really go out in the community and give the vaccine.
How is it that you're making sure everyone stays safe in delivering the vaccines?
Sure, great question. We're still going to practice all the safety protocols we've been practicing that you've seen at these clinics. People will still be masked up. We'll do social distancing. Obviously, we'll make sure the clients know when we're coming that they have their mask on. We'll go in, provide them with the vaccine, and just keep all those protocols in place.
And how is it that we determine who receives the vaccines first?
Yeah, so we are the Meals on Wheels provider for Dallas County. We have about 2,500 seniors in the city of Dallas that we serve. And so we're going through and calling those folks and identifying the ones that want the vaccine brought to them. And then we'll start next Tuesday through Saturday as the first round of about 500 vaccines. We'll create routes for the city and then they'll go out and give those vaccines. So it'll be those folks that say, hey, come to my house. We'd love for you to come and give me a vaccine. And so that's how we're going to create those routes and that's how we'll identify those people.
That's very special. Thank you very much, Chris.
No problem. Thank you.
And so now, guys, the mayor of Dallas even quoted on this, saying that vaccines are the key to ending the terrible COVID-19 pandemic, and we are working hard to ensure everyone in our city has equitable access of these life-saving triumphs of modern medicine. And if you want, you can learn more information about the project visiting vnatexas.org. That's all I have from Dallas. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Nathan. After hearing about that potential severe weather towards the end of the week, it is important to remain aware.
I 100% agree, David. Jordan, what can you tell us?
Absolutely, guys. It is so important to be prepared for severe weather. But before I talk about that severe weather on Friday, let's go ahead and take a look at what the current conditions for Denton are right now. Outside, we're getting really beautiful weather, a little warm today at 82, feeling like 80, breezy as well with those 13-mile-per-hour wind speeds, but plenty of sunshine out today. Now, as we jump forward to our evening forecast, as you can see, we're going to drop down into the 60s, 62 degrees tonight. Those breezes picking up to 15 miles per hour, but clear skies this evening. And into tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we can expect warm and breezy weather, but as we head into the afternoon and evening, those thunderstorms are going to hit, bringing with them the possibility of hail and maybe even tornadoes. Now, if you want to hear more about that severe weather, stick with us. That's all I have for our first look. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. And with that beautiful weather coming in, music lovers in Denton can rejoice, as one local spot is ready to bring that live music experience back after a very difficult year.
In the year of the pandemic, over 43% of businesses temporarily closed as safety concerns swept the nation. As the world begins to recover from the pandemic, one local business is finally able to catch their breath as they begin to put the worst of this past year behind them. And they're gladly taking the time to reflect.
Oh, we lost all of our business. We were the first bar in the area to close because of COVID, so yeah, we think we made the right decision.
Chad Withers is the general manager of Rubber Gloves Rehearsal Studio in Denton. For him, this past year has been a difficult one. Rubber Gloves had only reopened a couple months before the pandemic after being closed for 2 years. He said the business was starting to get its foot in the door when the world shut down. In March of 2020, Rubber Gloves had to cancel one of their biggest events of the year.
We actually had a really big festival that was scheduled for March 14th, where we had bands from out of town coming in all over the state. It was kind of like going to be a stop for people going to South by Southwest.
Without being able to put together any kind of live music event, the studio had to shift completely to social media to try to keep their presence alive.
We've been doing a lot of the live streaming stuff, utilizing video.
Still, Rubber Gloves is remaining hopeful as the business has started up their in-person events for the first time in over a year. The business is now looking positive into the future.
You know, David, the one thing I have missed more than anything throughout this entire pandemic is going to music videos and seeing local artists.
Oh, I completely agree. I am a very big concert goer, so I am very excited to get back to them.
We'll definitely have to check it out.
For sure.
Now, a new airline is soon to open up that is going to make flying much more affordable.
Another thing that has actually opened already are the gates to the Super Pit to celebrate the Mean Green's historic basketball season. We'll take you inside the pit later on in the show. Stay with us.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
President Joe Biden is pushing for action on gun control. While he waits for Congress to pass legislation, he announced today several executive actions that he says will help. But he also believes it is not enough. CNN's Nadia Romero has more.
After several recent mass shootings and no consensus from Congress on how to respond,
enough, enough, enough.
President Joe Biden announced Thursday he's taking action.
This is an epidemic, for God's sake, and it has to stop.
At a Rose Garden event, Biden and Attorney General Merrick Garland laid out several executive actions that the White House says will help curb gun violence.
It is a problem that we must all work on together in a collective effort to keep guns out of the hands of criminals and save lives.
Among the proposed new steps, restricting so-called ghost guns built from parts bought online, targeting braces for pistols by requiring them to be registered, and new investments in intervention programs in violence-prone areas. But the actions fall short of what Biden hoped Congress would address.
They've offered plenty of thoughts and prayers, members of Congress, but they passed not a single new federal law to reduce gun violence. Enough prayers. Time for some action.
The moves come after deadly mass shootings in Georgia and Colorado in recent weeks. The White House says it hopes more will be done.
Whether Congress acts or not, I'm going to use all the resources at my disposal as president to keep the American people safe from gun violence.
In Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
With the city of Denton expanding, a police substation is in the beginning stages, not too far from home.
ntTV's Armando Berry is live at the construction site with more. Armando?
And David, a $61.9 million proposal passed to fund a police substation and indoor firing range in November 2019 is finally in the works. The substation and indoor firing range will be at 7111 Vintage Boulevard, adjacent to Denton Fire Station 7. Denton PD Public Information Liaison Amy Cunningham spoke to ntTV about how their newest public safety facilities come with a specific effort.
With our current police station, we're all in one police station at the moment. And so the centralized approach, it does take longer to get out to the southern parts of our city. And as more and more people start living further out from the city center, it's important for us to decentralize and just be able to respond much quicker than we currently can to those parts of town.
The bond program's completion date for the facilities are set through 2024, and the name of the substation is still to be determined. Dave Michaela, that's all I have out here. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Armando. You know, Michaela, the sun was in full blaze today, and I gotta say, I am not a big fan of this heat.
I am not either. The walk to the station today was absolutely terrible. Jordan, let's check in with you, see if we're gonna get a break from it.
Thanks, guys. If you're looking for a break from the sun, I definitely have good news coming for you tomorrow. But before I get to that, let's go ahead and take a look at our North Texas map. As you can see here, we've got temperatures from the high 70s to mid 80s, a warm day for North Texas here. But if we go ahead and zoom out and look at our map of the state of Texas, we're going to see even warmer temperatures. We've got 89 over in Abilene, 91 in Austin. So a warm and breezy day across the board for Texas here today. Now let's go ahead and head into our 7-day forecast for the week. And like I said earlier, after 3 p.m. tomorrow, we are going to start seeing those risks of thunderstorms, large hail, stormy winds, strong winds, and possible tornadoes increase with possible 25-mile-per-hour winds. Now, the storms are going to mostly hit in the east, so be on the lookout for that. As we head into Saturday, we're going to be seeing sunny and cooler weather, high of 74, low of 46. Sunday, sunny and warm weather, high of 82, low of 59. Heading into Monday, some clouds rolling through, but we are going to continue to cool down through the rest of the week as we see more clouds Tuesday. High of 70 for Tuesday, low of 52. Getting even cooler on Wednesday with a high of 63, and those cool and cloudy conditions are here to stay for Thursday. Now make sure you tune into your local weather channels to stay alert for the severe weather. Have a safe weekend, and back to you guys.
Thanks, Jordan. With the weather warming up and summer on the way, a new airline in California is making traveling a lot cheaper. Avelo Airlines is kicking off their services by offering $19 one-way tickets on all of its routes. Yes, you heard that correctly, $19. They launched at Hollywood Burbank Airport and offer routes to 11 destinations on the West Coast, along with Arizona, Montana, and Utah. The airline's flights will start taking off on April 28th.
You know, David, I am always looking for new ways to save some money.
I couldn't agree more, Michaela. College tuition is a struggle all students face at some point in time. But if you're looking to graduate debt-free, look no further, because Chipotle Mexican Grill has you covered. The company is partnering with Guild Education to offer free college degrees to their eligible employees in a variety of fields. A few include agriculture, culinary arts, and hospitality management. As of now, this program is only available at 10 universities.
Well, I don't know about you, but pizza is my comfort food right now, and there is a new restaurant that is known for relaxation.
Yelp has created a new tool to help Asian-owned businesses. We'll have more information after the break. Stay with us.
Dude.
To most pizza places, we really don't have.
Instead was able to cook their most popular items for us to try.
Here in front of us, I have Gourmet White. This is one of our top sellers. It's a very light pizza, but it has a lot of flavor. It has sun-dried tomatoes on it that are also seasoned in olive oil and different spices. And then it has our own seasoned ricotta and that we make in-house. This is a new menu item for us right here. It's called an avocado smash. You get 4 ounces of avocado smashed up with lime, and then it's also like a bruschetta, so you get a 4 ounce of that. Pretzel bites, you can never go wrong with pretzel bites. We get these consistently. It's just a big seller for us. And then our cookie sundae, you can't go wrong with our in-house cookies. They're really, really good, and they're bigger, so I think people get their bang for their buck for that as well.
Not only is their food exquisite, but also the restaurant's interior design, filled with cool and unique artwork everywhere you look.
And just being creative like we are as a company, showing creative side to our food and showing a creative environment. We want people to be able to come in and really appreciate the artwork that we have hanging up, as well as this artwork that we have that we can put in their stomach.
And with the pandemic still prevalent, they are prioritizing customer safety as they follow protocols, bringing peace of mind to everyone who comes in, and ensuring that guests will get the experience they deserve in this fun-filled, laid-back environment that is Mellow Mushroom.
Mellow Mushroom is even offering a 25% discount for students. I will definitely have to get me a slice after the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Christine. I think I know what I am having for dinner tonight. Well, David, Baylor may have won the national title, but the Mean Green still has a lot to celebrate.
And for good reason, making school history by taking down one of the top dogs. Our sports anchor, Zach Fox, is at the Super Pit. Zach, what type of celebrating are we expecting?
Guys, I can tell you that fans have been itching for the opportunity to be able to come down and properly celebrate with the team and congratulate them on their historic run. Tonight is that night, as the UNT Super Pit is now hosting a celebration for the team and their historic journey. I'll have details on exactly what's going on inside the Super Pit when we return.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
The Super Pit is still rocking as the Mean Green men's basketball team took out Purdue in the first round of the March Madness tournament, and this crowd is still going wild. Tonight, the Super Pit is to host a celebration of the historic season at 6. UNT will open gates A and B for festivities at 15% capacity. Face coverings are obviously required, as well as social distancing. The event will allow fans to relive the final 18 wins and the thrill of the postseason. Free commemorative items including limited edition posters, areas for fans to cut down nets, and pose for photos in front of the Conference USA Championship trophy. For instance, I have a net here. There's my cutout of the net. It's very nice, as well as we even get these little posters. So come on down if you can, as well as head coach Grant McCaslin, the athletic director Ren Baker, as well as players themselves plan on speaking tonight. And it's hard just to jump off this train. You can't do that when you have such a historic season as they did. It's hard just to quit. abruptly. Now, the Texas Rangers, they're also pretty celebrating at the moment as they get back to 500 for the first time this year. Against the Kansas City Royals is when they lost their first season, the series. However, yesterday, the Toronto Blue Jays at the Globe Life Field, it was a pitcher's duel between Kyle Gibson and Hyunjin Ryu. Nick Solak with a home run and Leody Taveras with a broken bat single to right to give the Rangers the only 2 runs they would score for the day. But that's all they needed thanks to Kyle Gibson's 6 scoreless innings with 8 strikeouts. The Rangers are now 3-3, and they will continue their homestand tomorrow night as they take on the San Diego Padres at 7:05. Seattle Seahawks linebacker KJ Wright is no longer on the Dallas Cowboys' radars. According to Cowboys insider Mike Fisher, the Cowboys are not interested in the 10-year NFL veteran at this time. This comes after KJ stated in the past it's one of the teams he fits in with, given Dan Quinn the new defensive coordinator. Now, the Cowboys are looking potentially at a wide receiver in the first round, 10th pick in the draft, which is news to me because the lineman is the problem, the defense is the problem. So the fact that as of late, April 29th is the draft, the fact that they're going after a wide receiver is blinding to me. However, we'll just have to see how that goes. Guys, I'm going to have to send it back up to you because, hey, I got to go stand for a pose in front of that Conference USA Championship trophy.
Thanks, Zach. Now here's a little riddle for you. What started out at a nickel but now costs over $3 million? Well, believe it or not, it's nothing more than a comic book. But this isn't just any mild-mannered comic book. Back in 1938, when the Man of Steel was introduced to the world, his comic was just 10 cents. Almost 90 years later, that same comic book just sold at the Comic Connect auction house for a record $3.2 million. The former owner of the comic says they found the extremely rare book in a stack of movie magazines. Miraculously, the comic was still in mint condition, which caused it to sell for such a high price. Now, David, I was never much of a DC comic girl growing up, but I'll tell you, I loved Calvin and Hobbes. What about you?
We definitely have to hop back on it. But this comic you're talking about, do you recommend it?
I 100% do. It's a little boy, and he has an imaginary stuffed animal that comes alive with him. It's a tiger, Hobbes, and they just cause mischief.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what, I'll check it out right after the show is over.
Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again on Monday here on North Texas Television.